Mickey.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, we're a little worse for wear, but doing all right. We were at the Fort Carnage festival in Fort Collins yesterday playing. So
Yes, you were. Now, can you hear me good?
you're pretty well.
Pretty well. Okay. Well, so you sound good here. If everything's good, I'm going to open the show and then I'm going to get right to you guys. How's that sound?
All right.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of No Cover TV, where that's right, we throw the original local and national music scene in your face, up and down, all over, just like we've been doing for decades. And we're going to continue to do that. We throw all different genres at you. And if you've checked out the shows, you can see what we definitely do. And we've got a lot of great shows coming up from all over the world. And I want to thank each and every one of you out there in podcast land. We are getting everybody around the world checking your shows out and your information that you're putting out on your interviews, and then going back and checking out your music, which is really kick-ass. It really is cool. It was kind of different back in the TV days because that was more a select audience, but now I get to get through the microphone and go around the world and get into everybody's head and let everybody know what's going on with these musicians, because you'd be very surprised out there with the local and the national original music scene. Turn off that radio once in a while, stick your head out there and take a listen, because there's a lot of great music out there. And support. Buy the merchandise, pick up a CD, go to the shows, pay some cover charge. All right, people, I know times are tough, but it's tough for all of us. So we have a great show for you today. In the house, and this is a remote, we have Blood Rose in the house. Gentlemen, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got Blood Rose in the house. You guys are in Colorado.
Yep.
All right. You're over there, I'm over here. That might be a good thing, because I've been checking you guys out.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, definitely, guys. It looks like you're having a lot of fun. Mickey, what are you guys?
We're here.
Yeah, I said, well, you looks like you guys are having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I got a question for each of you. Let's start out. How long has Blood Rose been together?
As we are now, going on about 3 years.
About 3 years. All righty. Now, you kind of threw me for a loop, because I listened to the music, then I check you out. I go back and listen to the music, and I check you out. Now, I'm not sure if I want to jump in the mosh pit, or if I need to get my extra strength Tylenol on my heating pad. You guys are throwing me all over the place. What the hell?
Trust me, other than our drummer, the rest of us are all in our 60s.
We're up there, aren't we? So I noticed the drummer, and let's introduce everybody here. Mickey, you're the rhythm guitar player, vocalist. Who else we got with us? Papa J, you there?
I'm rhythm lead, and I do backing vocal. We've got Russ, or as we lovingly call him, LL. He's our vocalist. Kind of an interesting story behind him coming. He started out singing karaoke lounge lizard songs.
Oh, no.
What we call pop and pussy music. So we lovingly call him LL. We've got Papa J over on bass. Now, I've known John going on, 12 years now?
Yes.
And then we've got Buddy beating the skins. And that pretty well covers it. I do all the I'm also the music composer, lyric composer, if you will.
Okay, I was going to get to that question, who does the writing, and I'm looking when I see you play, and it looks like, Mickey, you're putting a lot of that rhythm down. Are you presenting it to the rest of the guys, and LL, you throw down some vocals to that, and how are we doing it?
Oh, hey, I'm having the time of my life. This is a bucket list experience for me.
Awesome, man. Now, you guys are older. You guys have been playing out probably before in other bands, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've played in a couple, but my biggest, where my experience comes from, after I got back from Vietnam, I was a session musician out in LA for a couple years.
Wow. Very nice.
And for me, this is the first real band I've been in. I like to say that Mickey found me on the streets and picked me up and turned me into an actual metal vocalist.
There we go. I like that. Cool. So you're enjoying the ride, right?
Got him away from that poppin' pussy music.
Right. Well, it's definitely so. Now, where's Ducky? Where's our drummer?
I'm right here.
You're right here. All right. You're the young one of the group.
Yes, I'm 46.
You're 46. Okay, Ducky. All right. I'm going to take each of you on a little bit of a time capsule. We got some time on here, so let me pick at you guys for a minute. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, let's start out with you, Mickey, rhythm guitar player. Bless your heart, you served for us in Vietnam. Thank you very much. Back in the day, you were listening to probably classic music. What were you listening to back then, way back then? And how did you come up with today playing metal?
I was listening to Sabbath, Deep Purple, Hendrix.
Nice.
A lot of the old, early, heavy music before it was actually what we call metal.
Right.
And up through the years, that's what stuck with me. I'm real eclectic in that regard. I mean, I go as wide ranging as classical music, which I kind of grew up on in Ireland.
Okay. Nice. Because I noticed that you do name the band Irish Celtic Metal Band.
Oh, yeah, I grew up in Dublin.
That's pretty cool. Now, how long were you in Dublin?
Well, it was over there from the age of 2 till about 16.
Okay. So you got to enjoy that quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Grew up
Nice.
speaking Gaelic and not English, too.
Okay. Then did you foresee when you came over here, when did you pick up the guitar and start playing some music? When did it hit you that you wanted to play music?
Well, I've been playing about 55 years. I was 12.
All right.
I learned to play guitar to pick up women.
Don't we all?
And then, a month into it, I'm going, I found my love. And I've always written poetry, prose and otherwise. So
Okay.
for me to become a songwriter was a natural segue.
Okay, great. So it just, the flow was there and you just went with it, and this is what we've come up with, per se.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, Mickey, well, thank you. Okay, up next, I want to hit Papa J. You there, Papa J?
I am here.
You are there. You're the bass player.
Correct.
Yes, you are. Now, when did you decide and what were you listening to pick up that bass? Because I don't know if I dare approach you when you're on that stage playing.
I've always been into metal. When I was like 11 years old, I heard Iron Butterfly for the first time. I thought, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. And through my life, I was in athletics, but I always loved the metal sound. And I picked up and started playing the bass at the age of 49. Learned with my 2 younger sons. And,
Okay.
yes, I was good enough playing a couple of bands. I started playing when I was like 50 or 51 bands. And I've been playing ever since.
Wow. Now, did you notice with your sons, their music kind of being an influence in your bass playing?
Yes, yes.
Nice. Now,
My
what were they
youngest
listening
son
to?
is amazing. He plays right now in a cover band up in the Idaho Panhandle, but he's an amazing bassist.
Hey, that's great. Father like son or son like father.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Keep it in the family. Awesome.
In the family. Yeah.
That's right, brother. That's right. Okay, let's move on. LL, are you there?
I am.
All right, LL. You think you were going to be a singer back then?
You know, it's an interesting story about me. It's kind of my origin story. I think, like anybody else, I always wanted to, be a rock and roll singer. I mean, what, 10-year-old, 12-year-old boy doesn't want to do that? But the truth is, every time I would sing for people, they would look at me and say things like, "Ooh, have you tried acting?" Or they would say, "You've got a great voice for radio," which is, of course, all to say that my singing voice sounded just awful. So I kept trying, but didn't get any better until about 15 years ago. I was out at a garage sale and somebody was selling an old 80s style twin tape deck karaoke machine. And they only wanted $10 for it. And it had the mic and the mic stand. I thought, well, heck, at least I'll have some fun. So I bought it. I took it home. As you can imagine, in about 2009, something like that, how many people have karaoke tapes left over? So I put in a blank tape and put on a CD and put my headphones on, and I sang along to the CD and I recorded it. So for the first time, I actually heard myself sing. And of course, when I played it back, I said, "Oh, wow, that's what they're talking about."
Nice.
I sounded like Alfalfa from our gang trying to sing.
Okay.
Still sound like Alfalfa.
There we go. Feel love. Feel love. But no, strangely enough, in that moment, I knew what I was doing wrong and what I needed to do to fix it. And so, long story short, about 8 years of that, and people started saying, "Hey, your voice doesn't sound too bad."
Nice. Good job. 8 years ago. Good job. All right. Now, I got one other person to talk to. Ducky. You there? Hello,
Yeah,
buddy. Yeah, okay. 46, you started drumming.
I started drumming in 1981 when I was 4 years old.
4 years old, you started drumming.
My grandmother bought me my first drum kit. It wasn't the plastic one either, the toy one. It was the real deal. She bought me a old school Ludwig 5-piece with the cymbals and everything. Paid about $1,200 at Fost Music in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Grandma, wow, kudos.
Yeah.
That's
She's
great.
in
Well,
heaven now watching over me, bless her heart, but
that's right. Bless her heart. Well, I like, the sound of what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. And Ducky, what I like with you, your drumming and stuff is you're not commanding a huge set. You're just doing a 4-piece. I don't even think you're playing a speed kick, are you?
no, just a double kick. Just a double kick 5-piece. I have a Gretsch with one rack tom and 2 floor toms, but still same concept.
Yeah,
and
so
they both play very well.
Right, so you can put out a loud sound. You don't need to have all of that big kit to do that. You don't need that.
It's not the kid, it's the drummer.
It is the drummer. Now, I would noticing with your drumming, and I'm going to touch on each of you, is that you got a hard snap. And I can tell you've been playing a while.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got a hard snap, and it's loud. I like that. Because, us sound men and people that run sound, we want to hear that. Definitely. So keep hitting those drums hard like you mean it.
Of course.
Definitely. And then and you and Papa J, the bass player, I'm going to have to separate a little bit because Papa J, you're a bass player. You're probably on another world a little bit. And like I said, you're pretty ferocious with that bass.
I started playing with 4-string, and then I went to a 5-string.
You went to the 5-string.
Fine, but then I tried the 4-string, and I attacked it so much more aggressively. and I decided just to stick with the 4 string, and with Australian music, attacking it fits in beautifully.
Yeah, and now putting you all four together in your history here, you got an awesome combination. Now, when did all four of you meet up? How long have you all known each other?
Buddy is the newest. He's been with us.
No.
Oh no, Russ is the
LL
newest.
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
LL. My apologies. Russ has been with us about a year.
A year.
Year and a half.
He
Okay.
came to his Christmas of
That's right.
2020.
I was their Christmas present.
Buddy came before LL.
Spring of 2020, wasn't it?
No, winter.
Winter of
I
2020.
started approximately November 2020.
Okay,
And
so you're
John, when I first formed Blood Rose, he was our original bass player. And then it got to the point where work became proclivative of him coming down, because John at the time lived in Denver.
okay.
And so I got to a point where it wasn't conducive, and he backed out, and we found another guy for a while, and then that changed. And then John and I were talking one day, and I said, damn, we need a bass player. And he says, why no one? And I go, oh, who? And he goes, me. I'm thinking to myself, oh, thank God.
There you go.
I mean, John will lay down triplets and quads like people lay down doubles.
Unbelievable. Well, I love it.
And so then we all everybody kind of came along at different times. And at the time when it was just Buddy, John, and me, we were still putting music together. We started out it was more of a Celtic rock thing, and then John came over one night, and we had supper together. Deb was in Denver visiting nurse, doing something with the kids up there. And so I invited John to come over and break bread with me. Kind of a gourmet cook. Anyway, we're sitting there, and he says, you know what we ought to do? And I go, what? Just waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? He says, we ought to write a rock opera.
Wow.
And I look at him and I said, what do you mean we? You mean me?
Right.
So I'd already written literally written an overture.
Okay.
And because that came about because a friend asked if I ever did anything extended on an instrumental basis without vocal. I said, oh, I've done a couple things that not real extended. I said, why? And he said, you got to do something like the Eagles did. And so I listened to that song to get an idea I'd not heard it before.
Okay.
Wanted to get an idea. So I listened, and then I started writing, and I just started jamming around. And next thing I know, I've got about 300 measures written.
Wow.
The overture is about 30 minutes long, 45 minutes long.
That's quite a piece you put together.
Well, as we're doing this, and I started playing for John and played it for John, and the things that I was starting to come up with were growing a lot darker, a lot heavier. And then in terms lyrically, they were becoming quite evil.
Oh, okay.
And so then John and I, we ought to, let's see if let's push more towards the metal side of things. And this has happened over the last year and a half, 2 years. And so, with that said, we're the rest is history, and we're now where we're at with the music.
Well, good deal. I like your explanation on that. Quite in detail how you guys got together and put this together, and the songs. I'm liking this. Now, let's talk about the music. Blood
Okay.
Rose. We've got this is a new CD out, isn't it?
Yes, it's our
Okay.
debut CD.
And you got 5 songs on that. 5 songs on the EP.
6.
It looks like 6. 6. 1, 2. Yeah, you 6. I can't count. Very
That's
good.
okay. We can't either. We're musicians.
I still use my fingers. So good deal. So now this CD here kicks ass, but it looks like you're working on your next one already.
July 15th and 16th, we'll be in the studio recording the second album, which will be titled Plague.
Plague.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll have 2 additional songs versus the 6 on the first one.
All right, great, awesome. See, that's great that you've got the first one done and you're kicking butt getting the next one out there in the next couple of months. I'm liking that. Now, how many songs on this next EP?
8.
8. So you're going more full length.
Yeah.
Good deal. Now, I'm going to jump down the line here. I'm going right here. I checked out your merchandise. I love it, guys. Pretty cool. Kick ass and bold.
Thank you.
Who's doing the designing on this?
Our drummer's wife has her own business. It's called Bear Vinyl Creations by Tammy.
Okay, Bear Vinyl Creations by Tammy. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tammy and I will put our heads together. I have a kind of an artistic bent, and then I'll throw the ideas at Tammy, and between the two of us, we'll come up with a design. The CD cover is a collaborative effort with Tammy and I.
Nice. I like that a lot. No, she's doing a great job for you guys. Awesome.
She's extremely talented.
Very nice. Now, where can the folks out in podcast land get your CD and your merchandise?
Okay, they can message me direct for the T-shirts that I've posted via Messenger. The CD is on all major platforms if they want to download it, or we can mail them a CD or ship them a CD. They've just got to message me, and we work out all the details and the logistics.
Good deal.
Now, we do have another site. It's through threadless.com, and that the web address, I guess you'd call it, is www.bloodrose, all one word, .threadless, THREADLESS.com. And we have a myriad of stuff there. T-shirts, sweatshirts. No, we don't have ball caps on. They don't.
So that's where the people can go.
We have coffee mugs, travel mugs. We have phone covers, phone cases, whatever you want to call them. We have shower curtains. We have rugs, stickers, pins, just a myriad of things.
Wow, you filled up that store. Incredible. That's what you got to do, bands out there. Fill that store up with merch, because we want to offer everybody out there something for them to take home to remember your music and keep that music in their head. Now, when you guys are up there playing on the stage and you're pumping out that music and you're really pumping it out there, how's it feel seeing everybody out there jamming to your music, man?
Amazing.
Phenomenal.
Amazing. LL, you're the front man. How's that feel, brother? You're belting it out.
Oh, dream come true, man. I just try to do the best performance I can, and I try to get better with every performance.
Yes, you do, my friend.
Orlando, we're done.
Guys, oh man, oh.
You're right.
So now you said you just did the Fort Carnage Festival.
Yeah,
That went pretty well, it looks like.
it was a great time. The Lyric is an amazing venue. Russ and I were the first to get to the venue. We walked in there, and I would have sworn I'd got thrown back in time, and I was at Woodstock.
Oh boy, wow.
I thought, my God, it's hippie dreamland.
But wait a minute, you get on stage, you don't play hippie music.
Oh God, no.
I was like Full Throttle Saloon and Burning Man had a baby.
That's point on right there. I don't know what to say. I have nothing after that. that's right on.
Performing on stage, it's nothing new to me. I've been on some interesting stages over the years. I've been at Royal Albert Hall. Whiskey and Troubadour in LA.
Wow.
Civic Center Performing Arts in Dublin. But the thing for me now is that I love watching you can look out in the audience, you'll see people who, they're you can tell they're not in the greatest space.
Yeah.
And we start playing, and I start watching the crowd, and those people that I noticed that weren't smiling or they didn't seem to be in a good place, all of a sudden they're bouncing, to the rhythm of the music, and they're smiling and finally having some fun.
I like that you said that. That we talk about that on certain shows about mental illness, how people struggle, people in the entertainment business. And it's great that people like you, me, others, all of us entertainers, we get to get on stage and we get to turn you around a little bit and get your head out of that dark space and get you rocking a little bit and put a smile on your face.
Exactly. And that's what, besides loving the music that we're doing and playing the music, watching the crowd, and seeing people lift themselves up. That's what it's about for me, other than, like I said, the music we play, I love, and doing this with 3 other fantastic musicians.
Yeah, I think you're all in it for the same reason. I think you all are. You're all brothers.
Yeah, very much so.
Definitely. Let me jump across the board here now. You've got some internet radio play, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like what Rocky Mountain Rage got a hold of you.
Yep, sure did.
Very good people over there.
Yeah, they are. Great people.
Now, is there any other internet radio stations we were on?
Not yet. Rock Rage was the first.
Okay, Rock Rage is the first. All right. Well, we got to get to more of those stations, right, guys?
Yeah.
But I think Blood Rose is out there to dominate and conquer the world. So look out for these guys out there in podcast land, okay? So we're not done yet, okay? Now, what's this I see? You've been Slacker approved.
Yeah, he reviewed one of our songs. I don't remember which one. Or he reviewed our music and was rather impressed, according to what he wrote.
He did a good job. Very nice. Very nice. You're picking up some good fans and followers, I'm seeing too.
Yeah, we've got a few.
Just a few, right? Yeah. No, you got quite a few. Yeah. Yeah.
You're pushing real hard on 1,300.
Nice. Very nice. Now, gentlemen, us being older and stuff, back in the day, we didn't have all these platforms that we could put our music out on there. What do you think about now today being able to put your music all over the place for free, pretty much?
Well, we're all, well, other than our drummer, the rest of us are pretty well old school. But, and on one level, it makes it easier, I think. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I think, given that that medium or vehicle, the competition in a lot of respects is a little heavier.
It is heavy. You are in a saturated market. So you do have a lot of competition, but it is nice that if you tell somebody about your music, they can go right to one of these platforms and check it out.
Exactly. And the other thing too is that from the way we play, and there's by and large, I believe there's nobody sounds like us, or we don't sound.
Right. You still there, Mickey? Mickey, you hear me still? We may have a technical difficulty here, folks. Well, let's see what happens if Mickey comes back on the phone. We're talking with Blood Rose. We're at 31 minutes. Great guys out of Colorado. I hope they come back on. If not, we'll finish this up on a second part. Are you there?
Hold on.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
All right. I didn't want to hang up. I knew you'd come back to me.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. But no, what I said was that our music doesn't sound like anybody else's.
Mm-mm.
To my knowledge, at least everybody we've heard at the different shows we've done, we're not, like death metal or deathcore or any of that. We're a little bit lighter alloy.
Yeah,
More of a throwback kind of a feel.
Yeah, we have been likened to early Sabbath, early Metallica in feel.
I will agree with that.
Say what?
I said I agree with that. Your sound is more of the old school metal, I would say, slash sound than it would be a new metal sound. Now, when you were doing your CD, did you self-produce it? Still with me, guys? Again, people, we're doing a remote. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. Looks like we're in and out again. I'm still live. I'm not going anywhere, and I hope Mickey and them are hearing me. Are you still there, Mickey, guys? Let's see if they come back. Again, people, Blood Rose is in the house. I'm talking with Mickey, Papa J, LL, and Ducky. And I want you to go check them out on all the platforms. So I'm on Spotify here, Blood Rose. Check them out. 6-song EP, great stuff. I hope guys come back on. If not, I'm just going to talk a couple more minutes, and then I will end this podcast, and I will get back with them, and we'll do a second part on this. And of course, what I will do is play their music on a separate podcast, which I really got to get on it, guys. I'm going to be up for the next 2 days probably doing that. But anyways, thank you for coming to No Cover TV podcast, everybody, and checking out the show. It is about the original music scene, the original local and national music scene. Get a hold of us. We can do a podcast remotely or at the table if you're in Michigan, Grand Rapids area where I'm at. Now, sometimes remotes, this technical difficulty stuff does happen where we do get disconnected for some odd reason. You guys with me?
Hello?
Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, we're back. They're back, guys. All right, I've been talking bad stuff about you. No.
Well, we could hear you all the way through. You just couldn't hear us.
No, I couldn't hear you, but I can hear you now. Good. I wasn't going to let it go. No way. All right, so I got you guys. Let's talk about your songs.
All right.
All right. I want to talk about Doomslide.
Okay.
I like that song a lot. Papa J, heavy bass, loving that beginning on that bass, and then you throw in some metal, Mickey, on that. You're going down. I like and Doom Slide a lot. Talk to me about this song for a minute.
Okay. I the music from, well, I can write lyrics all day. I've sat
Okay.
down and ripped out 4 or 5 sets of lyrics in a sitting. The music doesn't come at the same time, and
Okay.
it's I'll look at when the music comes. I'm not thinking about a particular song or set of lyrics to go with it. I'll be noodling around in the studio, and the next thing I know, something together comes, and it takes whatever form. I mean, I don't contrive it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And so I'll lay it down and I'll record it on the phone and send it out to the guys, and then later I'll look at lyrics and I'm going, okay, that this particular song or set of this particular music sounds like it'd fit with maybe this because of color, lyrical content,
Right.
and what have you. And Doom Slide, I wanted something when I was writing it. I kind of had a vague idea. I wanted something to get up in the audience face.
That song does it.
And the music, I wanted it to drive. I wanted it to, wanted it dark, and it is.
It is. It is. And it's a great song. Now, I want to jump to another song. You change it up a little bit on me. Dark Queen, you're more of melodic metal on that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
No, the thing with Dark Queen, I was raised pagan.
All right.
And they a lot of that gets a bad rap, but I wanted something dark and evil. But I wanted the music to be a little, when it starts out, you're not going to expect it to do what it does.
Right. That's the end part right there.
Reminds me of a SWAT team.
And
I'll knock on a door and then.
I love some of the metal that I've heard. I love it when they start out relatively clean. There might be a little crunch gain there or not, but then all of a sudden they're in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I've thought to myself, I need to come up with something like that. Now, as a spoiler, there might be a little more of that coming on the second album.
Good. Definitely.
And speaking of the second album, it's on a lot on some levels it's sort of a concept album.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic and everything, there are 2 or 3, maybe even 4 songs on there that deal with that. And I'll tell you now, they're not nice.
They're not pretty, are they?
I mean, in terms of, fluffy and, that sort of thing, no.
Mm-hmm.
They're very poignant, very direct. And, we don't use, I don't use profanity in my lyrics. There's no need for that.
No.
And but there's some really good songs.
Right.
I know.
Okay, good. Well, like you said, you go on the dark side of the music, and it's your music. You do what you want because you are gathering the people, and they're listening. They're liking this a lot. I'm liking this, man. This is really cool, guys.
Well, we're extremely grateful and flattered.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I appreciate it, and I can't wait for July, the end of July, to come out to see the second CD. This is going to be pretty
The
cool.
second one will probably come out September, give or take.
Oh, yeah, it does take a little time, right? You go in the studio, so yeah, July. All right, there we go. That sounds better. September, good deal. Now, a couple other things. We're going on 40 minutes here. So far, so good, guys. Are you playing out a lot? Where are we playing? You got gigs coming up?
We've got one. I'm waiting on solid confirmation. July 1st at Moe's Barbecue in Denver.
Moe's Barbecue in Denver. That sounds like a nice place.
Yeah, it is. I've not played there before. I've never even been in the place, but
I have been to shows there before. They get a lot of great artists that play in Moe's Barbecue.
All right, nice. Now, do you four guys get together at all and go out and check out any of the local music scene?
We have. It's been a while, but we have. We live so far apart. It's kind of hard sometimes for us all to
get together.
Yeah, right.
Local music scene.
Yeah. We yesterday I was able to network with the bands, but also an actual manager / promoter for a band called Cryptic Witch.
Cryptic Witch, I like that name.
And but by and large, we with the music, we tend to spend a great deal of time working on the music itself. We're all somewhat of perfectionist natured, and like John said, it's hard for us to get together. Russ and Buddy live up in Denver. John and I are down here in the Springs.
So you're a little ways apart.
Yeah,
Okay.
a good
But you're
couple
making it
hour
work.
drive.
Right. But you guys are making this work. This is great. Now,
The guys have all, John, Russ and Buddy have made the commitment, and they unless work throws a snafu in it.
So
Every Saturday you can find my house vibrating.
that's where the practice is going on, isn't it?
Yeah, I have more or less a full-blown studio in my home.
I like it. Nice. And I was asking, did you self-produce the CD yourself?
No, I started. Yeah, that's when we had that snafu. A good friend of mine I met a year or so. A good year or so ago. Eric Madrid. He has Inharmonic Studios.
Inharmonic Studios. All right, nice. Eric Madrid.
And Eric he's been at it a while. He started doing recording work back in the day when he had his job at this studio up out on the East Coast area. He had to erase all the tape.
Oh boy.
And that's how he cut his teeth into recording. The man is a genius.
You have to be to want to be a recording engineer, I think. Yeah. Well, that's great. You did a great job. Great job for you guys. Awesome.
We kind of all chipped in together and paid for Eric's time and the production for the album.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Well, props to him. Now, what does the future look for Blood Rose? What's the future? What's the 5-10 years gotten for you guys? Where do you see yourself at? What do you want to play out? You want to play around the state? You want to get out of the state? What do you want to do? You doing this for fun? What's up?
My goal is to take this as far as we can. And I would like to do some, touring up and down the Front Range. Like to see us do some regional touring, state or two away from Colorado. If we let's say, as they put it, if we make it to the game, like they say in baseball, more power.
That's
Go
right.
wherever it takes us.
We're just waiting for John Bon Jovi to call and ask us to tour with him.
So you guys are ready to go if the call hits, all right?
Yeah.
All right, good deal. So we're on that 46-minute mark, it looks like almost. Guys, I appreciate you coming on No Cover TV today. Thank you so much, everybody.
Hey,
Well, thank you.
Everybody out there in podcast land, check out Blood Rose. I'm on Spotify checking them out. Go to Spotify, all the platforms. Again, check the merch out. Buy the merch. It's really cool. Now, where again can we get the merch real quick?
You can, for t-shirts, ball caps, dog tags, the CDs, you can contact me directly via Messenger, Mickey LaFay. That's my logger. That's my Facebook page name.
Okay.
Or you can go to www.bloodrose.threadless.com.
There we go. Everybody can do that. Type that in, get some merchandise. Again, support your local international original music out there, okay? They're not just doing this for fun. They're doing it to make some extra money. They're doing it for fun. But I think the big part is a lot of these bands and most of these bands and artists are doing this to put a big old smile on your face and get you rocking, aren't you guys?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That's what it's about. And we like to make some money at it too, don't we?
Well, you're a musician when you drive 200 miles and get paid $25 a piece.
You did it.
We got paid?
Got the check, right? That's great. That's great. So, like I said in the beginning, it looks like, and you guys are having a lot of fun. Keep doing it because you're making everybody else out there have a lot of fun.
Hey, thank you very much. Keep doing what you do.
You bet. Keep it up, man.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So again, we've got Blood Rose in the house, our Irish Celtic metal band. We got Mickey LaFay. We got Papa J, LL, and Ducky in the house. Guys, say shout out. It's your show, man. What do you got to say before we end this?
Keep on. Blood Rose. Keep on rocking.
Help us get to Canton, Ohio.
There you go.
Keep the metal horns up.
All right. Well, everybody out there, thanks for joining No Cover TV's podcast again. Check out the past shows, the previous shows, and the upcoming shows because we got bands from all over America and Europe coming on. And, of course, Blood Rose. Check them out. They are dominating and conquering Colorado. And watch out because they are going to move on out of the state, get their music right in your ears, people. And they're pretty heavy. I like it, and you're going to like it. Blood Rose, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and thank you.
All right, guys. We're going to wrap up the show. Look out for your podcast that'll be coming up in the next couple of days with your music, okay?
Wonderful.
Yeah, just send us a link.
I will send you the link, and we will stay in touch. In about 6 months in a year, I'm going to check in, and we're going to do this again, all right?
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
All right, all of you. You take care. Rock on out. And keep rocking, everybody, all right? I appreciate it, guys. We're out here. Peace, all right?
All right.
Peace, guys. See you later.
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 Later.